So it's Dame the Musician, and welcome back to my channel. And I had the Roli Seaboard Block since 2019. I had this since 2019, and what made me interested in buying it was the fact that it had like a new technology, like the strike, the bending, the lifting, the pressure, and all that stuff. And I thought that was cool because most keyboards and synthesizers, controllers, you have a mod wheel and a pitch bend, and oftentimes, like, it made it seem like the Roli Seaboard will make it more easier to pretty much like bend notes and do all the dope stuff, like the nice stuff, and it was very impressive when I seen the ads on it and the sounds and everything that I seen. Like it was very dope, and I seen videos of them demonstrating it and showing how you can make instruments sound more realer. In particular is string instruments. String instruments like sound real good. and and basically like the big one, or you could say the full size keys, like the 25, the Seaboard 25, like they were like, I think it was a little bit more expensive, because I had the like I had this one for about $300, and they had like a 49 key, and then they had an 88 key, so I was very interested in getting one, and I thought it was cool. It was definitely cool, and it comes with Roli Equator, and then it has like the Roli dashboard where you could set your how hard it strikes and the pressure and the glide and everything. And so it's very cool. And when I bought it and I had it, it was very, very cool, and the one thing that made it harder to use was basically like the structure of the foam and the keys and everything. And basically, and since it's so small, like I wasn't ready for the keys and that style of playing, so basically, like on some sounds, like the chords are kind of like muddy and a little bit off, a little bit out of tune because where your fingers are and how it's positioned, and me having like big fingers and stuff like that. Like it definitely was a challenge. It was challenging, like playing this type of instrument in that way. And it's also good in like if you was playing a chord and then you wanted to just slide. It was very cool. And having big fingers and everything, I kind of wish like I had like the 25 key, like the standard, the bigger keys, so yeah. So it was a cool experience. Yeah, like I really don't use it a lot anymore because I have a lot of gear, and sometimes I forget I have certain things, and so yeah, I just finally remember that I had this. But I'm gonna plug it up to use it again and everything. As a matter of fact, it can also be used as a controller. You don't have to just use it with the Roli Equator, which of course is going to be a better advantage, or it'll unlock more options to for all the striking, the pressure, the bending of the keys and the notes. But I would say I don't regret buying it because it's very advanced. It's way advanced, like when it comes to technology and synthesizing. So I tell you that. And I consider it as an instrument. Out of all the MIDI controllers I ever had, this feels like an instrument. Even though, yeah, it's kind of different, but I think I could call this an electronic instrument because you could really use it as an instrument. It really feels like an instrument. And yeah, I mean, I'm still glad I bought it, even though I wish I had like a bigger size keys. That way my fingers could be more comfortable in playing. But yeah, it's a very great instrument, great investment. And shout out to Roli. And they also have like Lumi keys, you know, the one where the keys light up. Yeah, they have Lumi keys, and then they have like some expression thing, like when you play, you can control the sounds and everything. Like, yeah, so that's cool. And I have got expansions, you know, like more sounds for it. I bought a couple of packs and stuff like that. And but overall, yeah, I don't regret buying it. Like I like it, and it's very far into the future as far as technology is concerned, you know. So like, comment, subscribe, share, and see y'all next time.